This motherfucker could have been a whole serial killer, and I'm meeting off of Twitter and inviting them at the house. Like, oh my god, I don't know what the I'm about to do, but I think I'm about to probably flat somebody's tires for the very first time in my life. Because first of all, I'm supposed to be at work. Second of all, I ain't got no license. Third of all, I could barely drive. Fourth of all, my mama don't know about this. My mama would have a fit if she knew this was what I was about to do in her damn car, in her Toyota Camry. Thank you so much for watching Miss Angelique TV, where we talk about everything, and when I mean everything, I mean like. As you can see by the title, this video is about how I met my second baby daddy, okay? And for one, I'm not proud of having to say second baby daddy, first baby daddy. I am proud of that, but you know, you live and you learn. And this series honestly is gonna kind of go through that process with y'all as well, about the different things that I dealt with growing up, because we're going back, bitch, 10, 12 years ago. Before we get into it, go ahead, if you're new, hey, I do buku story times, okay? I be talking about my life, I be talking about different things in my life and different people in my life, child, okay? And if you're tuning into this video for the very first time, that's good. That means you're on track, okay? This is the very first episode in my newest series. I don't know what I'm gonna name this series yet. Just enjoy the ride, and we're gonna get there when we get there, okay? Hit that subscribe button down below. Also hit that thumbs up button. That way your girl can get out here in these YouTube streets. And last but not least, go ahead and turn your post notifications on. That way you can be notified when the next time your girl posts, okay? But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So let's go back to January of 2013, y'all. A long time ago, back when Twitter was like popping. First of all, back when Twitter was actually Twitter, because bitch, now it's a whole X. Like, that shit don't even slip off my tongue, right? So I still be calling that shit Twitter, so we're gonna keep calling it Twitter, because girl, ain't nobody got time. So yeah, back when Twitter was popping, everybody had a Twitter, bitch, and everybody and their mama was trying to go viral on Twitter as well. When you tweet something and you get like a couple of thousand likes, like, yeah, bitch, you done made it. Like, you made it in these Twitter streets, you know. At least that's what it felt like back then. You could just tweet the littlest, dumbest shit and people would be like, oh, I agree, girl, yes, retweet. And then you just get some followers, get a bunch of followers. And back then, Miss Angelique TV was Miss Angelique TV on Twitter, bitch. Well, what was our Pretty Girl Red on Twitter? I think actually I was Pretty Girl Red on Twitter. I think I changed my Twitter name. I want to say, yeah, I did change my Twitter name to Pretty Girl Red. So yeah, scratch that. I was Pretty Girl Red on Twitter back then. And I ain't gonna lie, I had a couple of thousand of followers, you know. I can't remember how much, bitch. I know it was in the thousands. It had to have been at least 50,000 followers. And I was, you know, I was a little somebody just in the Twitter streets. Like, ain't nobody know me for nothing else, like no YouTube, nothing. It was just Twitter, you know what I'm saying? And at this time, my daughter was like 1 year old. I was working at Taco Bell, bitch, and I was also working at this spot in Houston called Crazy Cajun. I think they still in business, actually. But yeah, Crazy Cajun had just opened up, and bitch, I had 2 jobs. Like, I was getting my grind on, which really I should have been in the motherfucking books and going to school. But, you know, whatever, you live and you learn. Yeah, I was just on my money type of, you know, mindset. Bitch, I had a whole child. You know, I didn't want to depend on my mama forever. So I had 2 whole jobs. I was doing drive-through at Taco Bell in the morning, and then being a hostess, the person who would seat you at your table and shit like that. Like, I wasn't a waiter or anything, but I was a host. I ain't gonna lie, I was also kind of in my little hoe phase. Like I said, I had literally just got out of a relationship, and I kind of felt grown, honestly. I was 17 at the time, by the way. So even though I wasn't grown, bitch, I felt grown. I'm like, shit, I got a whole 2 jobs. Like, can't nobody tell me shit. Bitch, wasn't grown at all. But yeah, I was in my little hoe phase. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't proud of it, but we all had a hoe phase. Well, I can't say we all have had a hoe phase, because that's not true. But a lot of us can relate to having a hoe phase at some point in time. Some are earlier than others, and some are a little bit later, and some are never, which, you know, I salute you. I look up to you. And also at this time I was doing YouTube. Now if you OG, you know that Miss Angelique TV wasn't always Miss Angelique TV. I was originally Miss Angelique 2011. Fun fact, crazy. Yeah, if you actually you can't find it anymore because we're gonna talk about why later, but if you type in Miss Angelique 2011, you'll see like a video of someone, I'll say her name because I think she's still on YouTube. Well, no, she's not on YouTube, but her channel was still up, so I don't think she would mind me mentioning her. But Monica and Baby, I think that's the first video that you see. Girl, I don't know what type of beef or what type of shit I had going on back then. I need to go look at the video my damn self because I do not remember what I had going on. But that's the only evidence I have of Miss Angelique 2011 because it no longer exists, and we're gonna get to why. But yeah, I was doing my YouTube shit at that time. I think I got up to at least 500 subscribers. I wasn't, you know, popping, but back then like 500 subscribers was a lot, especially if you had 500 active subscribers, you know what I'm saying? So to me that was a lot. And back then, you know, YouTube early days, that was like, okay, like, bitch, you ain't in the thousands yet, but bitch, somebody like you know what I'm saying? So I really like, I enjoyed doing YouTube. I was also doing pregnancy vlogs when I was 16, so those videos, it hurts me to my heart that I cannot go back and get those videos because the channel is no longer there. But yeah, I started off as a vlogger. I would vlog my pregnancy, my 15 and 16 year old pregnancy, because I was 15 and 16 while I was pregnant. But I think I was 16 when I started the YouTube channel though. I don't remember. But anyways, like, I talked about that whole thing. I would show my belly. Like, I would do updates every week, y'all. Oh my god. That was back when pregnancy vlogs used to be like in style, bitch. Like, I would watch, and that's, I don't know if it's a lot of y'all know these other YouTubers, but Tiffany Darling, she's a family vlogger, but I used to watch her back in the day, and she used to do her pregnancy vlogs when she was, you know, pregnant with her first son, Jaden. Like, girl, this was back when YouTube was like the shit, okay? But yeah, I'm just saying that to say that's the type of stuff that I used to do back then. And, you know, on the side I was working at Taco Bell and being a hostess and being a hoe too, okay? And another fun fact, I was working at Taco Bell, right? And I seen my husband in the fucking drive-through. Backstory, if you don't know, me and my husband, we took each other virginities a long time ago, and we stopped talking to each other because mama moved me away after she found out we was fucking and shit. So me being 17 years later, I seen him at the drive-through, and I don't know why I didn't speak or anything, but yeah, I see, no, I'm lying, I didn't see him. I seen his brother. I thought that was my husband because they damn near look alike, but yeah, that was his brother. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that I seen my husband. I seen my husband's brother. Well, he wasn't my husband at the time, but it was just kind of crazy how, like, my now husband always popped up in my life, like, little by little, but we never talked because of other reasons and shit like that until we got older. It's just crazy how life be working, child. So girl, moving back to the Twitter days, child. One particular day I got a message from this random account. I don't remember what he said. I don't know, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I knew it was somebody trying to holler at me in a way. And the first thing that I did was obviously go look at the page or the profile, and I seen that this motherfucker had a lot of followers. When I mean a lot of followers, I think he had over 100,000 followers on fucking Twitter. And I said, ain't no way this person is talking to me. Like, what? This is a whole catfish. That's the first thing I thought. Like, he is a whole catfish. But let me see what he's talking about at the same time, because, like, why is you messaging me? So of course I entertain it, and we start talking, and It go from talking on Twitter to him giving me his number, or I gave him my number. I don't remember how it went, but bitch, we exchanged numbers, long story short. And I seen that his messages was blue. So I'm like, okay, bet he got a motherfucking iPhone. So that means we could at least FaceTime, you know, because he giving catfish vibes. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see what it is on FaceTime. I'm gonna see if he able to do a FaceTime call. And that's gonna really tell me, for real, for real. I went to his page and I seen nothing but bitches on his dick. Like everybody retweeting him and responding to his crazy tweets, because that was the type of shit that he would do on his Twitter. He would tweet crazy ass things, like off the wall ass relatable things though, and he would get a lot of attention from that, and the hoes was on his dick, okay? Like he had a lot of followers. I told y'all he had a lot of followers, so the bitches was bitching, okay? The bitches was definitely doing what the bitches do. So I'm just like, yeah, ain't no way I'm the only person he didn't message. But I'm still entertained it, because why did he choose me? Out of everybody he can choose, why did he choose me? And I want to see if this motherfucker real for real, okay? We got to figure that out as well. And so we get to texting. Like I said, this motherfucker texts in like all caps. Well, not all caps, but every word that he texts, it had a capital letter, bitch. Like every word with a capital letter. And that's the first thing that I recognize. I'm like, why does this nigga text like this? Do he still text like that? I need to figure out if he still texts like that. We're gonna figure that out. But yeah, that was the first thing I thought of whenever he started texting me. And so I started presenting the idea of FaceTiming, and he would start giving me excuses like, oh, I'm at work, or oh, I'm tired, I was asleep. And I'm just like, look, right now it ain't looking too good for your brother. Oh, and I forgot to name him. I'm sorry. We're gonna name him Freddie. You know, I've talked about Freddie in past story times before, so that's who we're talking about. So Freddie would just keep giving me excuse after excuse, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know about you. You must be a catfish. And I literally told him, I said, yeah, you giving catfish. He would explain to me that he worked overnight at a jail, so that's why he would be asleep during the daytime and shit like that. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, whatever, but I still want to FaceTime. So, girl, we finally motherfucker FaceTime. And this motherfucker was covering his lower mouth, like his mouth from his chin. He just kept covering it. I'm just like, nah, motherfucker, you really giving catfish, because why are you covering your bottom half of your face, sir? Like, I'm not understanding. And he was like, oh, that's because I just shaved, and I shaved all my facial hair off. Now, in the photos on Twitter, he had long facial hair, you know, like a long beard and everything, bitch. So that's what I'm expecting to see, obviously. And I'm pretty sure that's what he feel like I'm expecting to see, which is the reason why he's covering his lower half of his face. And I'm just like, boy, if you don't just show your face, like, okay, I still need to make sure you who you is, all right? So he finally shows me his face, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, this is him. He's actually not a fucking catfish. But bitch, it's still like too good to be true, because why is he reaching out? Like, the fuck? But come to find out, bitch, we live in the same city, so that was another reason why I kept pursuing this shit, because we live close by. And girl, and literally within a couple of days, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, literally within a couple of days, my mama went to work and he came over. I ain't had no business having company over. Like I said, I was 17. I thought I was grown because I had a kid and I had a job, but bitch, I was not grown at all. Not at all. But girl, yeah, I had company over, and this motherfucker could have been a whole serial killer, and I'm meeting niggas off of Twitter and inviting them at the house. Like, oh my god, now that I'm saying it out loud, that is insane, because he's not the first person or the only person, you know, during that phase that I have done that with. And I'm just like, girl, yeah, you was crazy as fuck. So hold on, if my daughter is ever watching my videos, don't motherfucking try me, okay? I just have to say that, because I don't think my daughter watched my YouTube, but just in case, don't try me. So girl, like I say, he came over, and y'all already know I ain't much gonna sugarcoat it. We did the do. Like, we did what was done. Even though I knew he was like quote unquote popular on Twitter and had all these hoes on his dick, for some reason I wanted to be in a relationship with him. Like, I was like, oh shit, like, I think I like this nigga. I don't know if it was because of the fact that I seen other women lusting over him that would made me feel like, okay, yeah, I want him. Now, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like that was a part of the reason too. Like, yeah, like all these hoes on him, and he decided that he wanted to, you know, come and see me, which I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one that he was coming to see, bitch. So just a 17-year-old thinking she grown, thinking that was my mindset. So I'm just telling y'all. And girl, early on it was red flag after red flag. I ain't much gonna lie to you. It was a lot of red flags because I would see him tweeting back and forth with these bitches and low-keys flirting with them. And by the way, at this time we were in a relationship. I don't remember who initiated what, but bitch, we were in a relationship. And so yeah, like it just was weird. And he wouldn't put me out there on Twitter like, oh hey, she's my girlfriend, you know. Like, it wasn't like no Instagram type of shit, and he didn't have an Instagram at that time, by the way. But yeah, like, it wasn't really no way for him to just say, oh, I'm in a relationship, because that's Twitter, unless you put it in your bio, which at that point was kind of lame. Like, I mean, some bitches would do it, but not no niggas, you know. So I was just like, yeah, all of these hoes lusting over you and thinking you all fucking funny because you posting these dumbass tweets. Like, okay, whatever. So I knew he had a lot of bitches on him, and also exes. Like, he would be like, oh yeah, that's my ex, oh that's my ex. Like, where are all these fucking exes coming from? Like, I ain't never knew a man to have so many exes than this motherfucker right here. Freddie had nothing but the exes. Like, one thing about Freddie, he gonna have an ex. And it would get to the point where he would start asking me about my past, because he would see, like, I would get like, people wasn't really on my dick like they was on his dick, but he would notice the attention because at this time I had red hair. Like I told y'all, my Twitter name at the time was Pretty Girl Red. Like, I thought I was the original sexy red at that time, bitch. Like, I had my red hair, bitch. When I say all red, I mean all motherfucking red. Girl, I thought I was somebody. But he would start asking me questions like, oh, how many bodies you have, and like, you know, who is this to you? If he'll see me like tweet somebody, like, who is that? Like, do you know him? Like, we would start having conversations like that. And that was the first time that somebody has actually asked me what my body count was. And I'm just like, nigga, I don't know. I gotta sit down and fucking think about it, because he actually was the first person to make me look myself in the mirror like, damn bitch, you did a lot. We would have these conversations. He could tell that I really wasn't being honest. I couldn't understand why my past was so important to him. I couldn't understand that, but I was ready to give it all up. I didn't want to talk to niggas. I wanted to talk to him, Freddie, and Freddie only. I was just like, yeah, I think I might love this nigga for real, for real. And I don't understand why, bitch, because girl, I don't know, like, I don't understand why I fell so quickly for somebody who I knew had so much attention, you know what I'm saying? And he would also start bonding with my daughter, bitch, at this point. There was another little plus to the relationship at that point. But bitch, it got to a point where we started arguing. I really wish, this has been so long ago, I don't remember what none of them damn arguments was, and I'm pretty sure if I asked his ass, he ain't gonna remember either. But I know there were arguments about him flirting and doing all of this shit on Twitter, and whenever I would bring it up to him, like tell him basically like, I don't like this, he would get upset and he would break up with me. So with Freddie, we would break up a whole lot, and it wasn't on me, bitch, it was always on him. That was the one and only relationship that I've been in that I have broken up on and off with the person so much I cannot count. I don't know, y'all. I don't know how many times me and this man broke up over the course of the years that we were together, because we were together for about 4 years. Sometimes, bitch, when he would break up with me, this motherfucker would change his damn number. And I'm just like, oh hell no. And back then we ain't had no Cash App where you could request and, you know, put a little note. We ain't had none of that shit back then. You know, like I said, we'll break up, get back together. We started going to hotels. Now, like I told y'all in the beginning, he would come to my house whenever my mama not home, whenever she'll be at work. But it got to a point where it's like, okay, how about we just go somewhere after work? So sometimes he would pick me up from work and we would go to a motherfucking hotel, bitch. And now let me tell you, this is the first time I have, like, I've heard it, but I've never done it in person, like in real life. So this is the first time ever I've known a nigga to buy a hotel for 2 hours. Girl, I did not know that was even possible. I thought things like that were just in movies. Like, I don't know what my thoughts was back then. But girl, we used to go to the Scottish Inn. And y'all already know how I do. I'm gonna go ahead on the post the actual Scottish Inn that we went to. We would go to the damn Scottish Inn, bitch. You already know why. Wham wham, thank you ma'am. I'm going home, he going about his business. He would pay like a little $30 or whatever. I ain't never paid for it. That's one thing I don't think I've ever done was pay for it. And then also at the time I wasn't 18 yet. I was still 17. I was on my way to being 18. So like maybe a month or so later, I filed income taxes for the very first time because, like I said, I worked Taco Bell was my first job and stuff. Bitch, I had 2 W-2s. Okay, I thought I was the shit. And I remember how much my taxes were. Like, it was nothing. My taxes were like it was like $3,400 that I got back. And girl, I thought that was, I ain't never had that much money in my life at that point, you know, for myself all at once. So I thought I was the damn shit. And not only was I filing taxes, but bitch, Freddie was filing his taxes too. So girl, baby, when them income taxes hit, honey, me and Freddie went to the mall. Now, I got my taxes back first. So, we going to the mall. I'm buying him shoes, bitch. We buying matching Jordans. Me, Freddie, and my daughter. I don't know if I could. I'm pretty sure I can't find no pictures of us with these matching Jordans on. But I might could find a picture of myself in them Jordans. So, girl, yeah, if you seeing the picture right now, I thought I was a shit. And that was one of the pair of Jordans that we had. And I was just running it up. I ain't never bought a pair of Jordans in my life, especially a pair of Jordans for a nigga. So that's how I knew I was in love, bitch. I blew that tax money and I was calling out and everything at that time, bitch, because I was like, I don't need these little $300, $400 checks every 2 weeks. The fuck? I got tax money. Me being 17, not understanding like, bitch, you gotta say that shit. That $3,400 ain't gonna be shit a couple of years from now. So I was just happy that I had money, and bitch, we ate out. One thing about me and Freddie, we gonna go out to eat, okay? And we did a lot of that. And I also ended up meeting his mom for the first time, and the same day I met his mom, I also had my daughter with me at the time, and she was 1, and she met her too, and girl, they fell in love with her. And my daughter wasn't even walking at the time, which is so crazy. But yeah, her whole family fell in love with her, and his mama was a real motherfucking cool bitch. He was living with his mom at the time, by the way, and so she was real cool and stuff like that, real down to earth, and I got along with her super good. So going back to Twitter, bitch, Freddie was into going viral. Like, Freddie was used to going viral on Twitter, and he would post like crazy ass pictures of himself and all of this shit that he knew would go viral. And one of these days he was like, look, I think we should do these pictures. I think we should take some sexy pictures, and I posted on my Twitter. And you know what I'm saying, y'all already know what goes after that, attention. So me being me, you know, being a motherfucking yes man at that time, I'm like, yeah, let's do it, girl. And I want to say Freddie used to take pictures like this with other women before him and I got together, so I don't feel like I was his first victim. Not his victim. I don't feel like I was the first person that he did these pictures with. This particular picture was insane. Oh girl, I had all my niggas. When I say my niggas, I mean all the niggas that I used to flirt with, that used to flirt with me, da da da. Girl, I had all them motherfuckers in shambles, bitch. I posted that damn picture, bitch. I posted it on my Twitter, and Freddie posted it on his Twitter, just to give y'all a hint or a little visualization, or you know, well, no, don't visualize that shit, don't do that, but just to tell y'all, to kind of describe it without showing the picture. So basically I was on the couch, ain't had no damn drawers on, and all you see was, so I was the one taking a picture, and Freddie was basically looking like he was eat me out. Yeah, girl, embarrassing. Oh my god, baby, I'm about to be 30 years old. This was when I was 17, honey. Oh girl, motherfuckers would subtweet me and, oh, that's wild, that's crazy, why would, girl, they was upset. All right, I had them hurt. But bitch, I ain't give a fuck because that was my man. Y'all ain't my nigga. Maybe I could have did a picture with y'all if y'all took me serious. It did what it needed to do. It got attention. It got a lot of attention, a lot of negative attention too, but also a lot of positive attention. I don't know what positive attention that could have gotten, but everything wasn't all bad. That's all I got to say. And we really fell in love fast, bitch. I don't know who told who I love you first. I don't remember, but bitch, we was telling each other that, I will say. And it got to the point where we started exchanging motherfucking passwords. Now, I don't recommend, but yeah, we were definitely exchanging passwords. This is so dumb. Like, it don't matter how good it is, keep that password to yourself, bitch, because that password gonna probably be the password to everything else, bitch. Like, don't do it. Don't motherfucking do it, okay? But I'm just telling y'all, we had each other's passwords. I had his passwords to his social medias and vice versa. And by this way, between this time, you know, it might have seemed all happy and dandy, but bitch, we were still having issues about different women. Yeah, we definitely were. Freddie wasn't the type to put bitches in their place, okay? Like, he would let them flirt with him and be basically flirting the fuck back, and that was one of my main issues with him. So once again, we arguing about a bitch, and it always end up flipping on me, and I always be the one getting broken up with because I'm just telling the motherfucker how I feel. So girl, he done broke up with my ass, and you know what? This particular time he broke up with me, I said, you know what? I'm motherfucking tired of this shit. He ain't about to keep breaking up with my ass and then still getting access to me whenever he done being mad and shit like that. So I said, bet, and changed my motherfucking number. I sure did. And what when I tell you I shouldn't have did that? I should not have did that. Well, you know what? I can't say I shouldn't have did that, but I'm gonna just say, had I not did that, what I'm about to say probably wouldn't have happened next. Well, maybe it would have, just in a different time, because bitch, I don't know, he was crazy kind of. Nah, he wasn't crazy, but he was crazy whenever it comes to breaking up with me and all of that shit. That was crazy. I ain't never had a motherfucker to keep breaking up with you. So again, like I said, I was tired of that shit, and once I changed my number, I don't know why I didn't think to like change my passwords and shit like that, but bitch, I'm at work, you know what I'm saying, minding my business, taking orders at the drive-thru. Hello, thank you for calling Taco Bell, how are you? Can I take your order? You know what I'm saying? So in between the time, I always go check my phone, check my email, shit like that. And I noticed I couldn't check my email, bitch. The fuck? So I go to try to log back in, and it says your password has been changed a couple of hours ago. Who changed the password, bitch? Because I didn't. I didn't. The fuck? So bitch, I'm panicking at this point because where's my Google account? This is when YouTube and Google first started putting everything together, right? So my Google account is attached to my YouTube. So if I can't get into my email, bitch, I can't get into my motherfucking YouTube. So again, I'm panicking. I was like, I know exactly who the fuck it is. It's Freddie ass. It is motherfucking Freddie. So girl, I'm texting him from my new number at this point, bitch. I ain't give a fuck. I'm texting him from my new number, and he like, oh, you're changing number on me, and just being fucking crazy, bitch. And I'm just like, what did you do to my email? Like, what's going on? I can't sign in. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. Yeah, hell yeah, I changed my motherfucking number, but that's besides the point. Why are you hacking into my shit? Like, all I did was change my number because you kept breaking up with my ass. Like, I'm heated, bitch. I'm upset. And so I'm just like, I know this motherfucker about to go to work. I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do, but I think I'm about to probably flat somebody's tires for the very first time in my life. So girl, I'm telling my boss, I don't know what the fuck I told my boss. I'm pretty sure I told my boss that I was feeling sick or something, bitch. But I was out of there. I was supposed to close at night shift. And at this time, my mama, I didn't have my license, but my mama was letting me drive the car to work. Because it was literally down the street. So whenever I had to close and I would get off at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I would drive the car home or whatever. So bitch, I really was not comfortable with driving. When I said I was not comfortable, I was not motherfucking comfortable. I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm about to call my friend. At the time I had a best friend, he was a guy, and we're gonna call him Dave. Girl, I called Dave and I'm like, Dave, so happened, this nigga got me fucked up. I need you to come drive me to his job because Freddie worked downtown, and ain't no way my non-driving ass was finna drive downtown. But I knew Dave, he drove, he had a car and stuff, so he was like, bet, you know, can you come pick me up? So I'm like, okay, I think I feel comfortable enough to go pick him up. And y'all, that was the furthest I have ever driven in that point in time, because I would only drive to work, and that, again, that was down the street. But bitch, I'm getting on the freeway and shit to go to this nigga house so that he could drive me to my nigga job to put his tires on flat. Girl, it was a hot ass mess. When I tell y'all I was nervous than a motherfucker, I was nervous than a motherfucker, because first of all, I'm supposed to be at work. Second of all, I ain't got no license. Third of all, I could barely drive. Fourth of all, my mama don't know about this. My mama would have a motherfucker fit if she knew this was what I was about to do in her damn car, in her Toyota Camry. Because it was a Toyota Camry, bitch. Girl, she would have a fit. Freddie had me fucked up, and I'm gonna let y'all know how this whole ordeal turned out in the next story time, because I'm gonna stop right on here, because bitch, it's time for me to go get my daughter from this little birthday party. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss episode 2. This is going to be like a 10-part series, 10 to 11 series. You don't want to miss the next episode next week. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. That way your girls get out here in these YouTube streets, and turn your post notifications on. That way you can be notified when the next time your girl posts a video. So that being said, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'm going to see y'all in the next video.